5 victories, including 19 KOs, with only 1 defeat. He is the defending 4-round champion, the king of the 4-rounders, Butterbean.
He is an intriguing figure. Art Dorr, his handler, and there's Murray Sutherland, who is his trainer.
Murray Sutherland knows quite a bit.
All right, so Butterbean.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the #2 ranked heavyweight in the world, Tommy the Duke.
Morrison, here comes the ultimate collision between the heavy hitters and knockout kings of the boxing world. This represents everything fight fans across the globe have been waiting to witness. Butterbean stands as a true ring warrior, a stone-cold finishing machine recognized for his bone-crushing strength and lethal punching power. Against Tommy Morrison, the walking destruction unit, pure knockout energy wrapped in relentless determination, 2 absolute beasts who carved their names deep into boxing's legacy. But which fighter reigns supreme? Let's examine the 3 most dominant performances from each warrior and settle this debate once and for all.
Under the circumstances, it certainly has. He had a long time where he was under drugs and heavy drugs. Let's go to this. Butterbean goes right to it.
And we had some words about this. I think he really thinks he's a real fighter. He fights good 4-round fights.
And Butterbean, of course, 169 pounds lighter than Butterbean. There's our overhand.
Back in 1999, Butterbean received a challenge to face Irishman Peter McNeely, the same man who had dared to enter the ring with champion Mike Tyson, and Eric jumped at the opportunity with pure hunger. Right from the opening bell, Butterbean seized complete dominance, transforming the bout into an absolute demolition show.
Makes him even that much more likable. Oh, he missed with the right, fires away with a couple of left hooks that connected. And he's got McNeely in trouble, believe me, he's got McNeely.
Butterbean unleashed such fury that he literally knocked a few of McNeely's teeth right out of his skull.
He's not fighting well at all. He's out on his feet.
Powerful punches by Butterbean, and McNeely in trouble.
Where Butterbean was the 10-1 favorite, then a 7-1 favorite, and by fight time, 4.5-1 favorite. Obviously somebody knew something, but a little bit of money went on McNeely.
Oh, a right hand by Butterbean that snapped McNeely's head back. Another uppercut. It's all Butterbean. McNeely ready to go.
Then he trapped his rival in the corner and began pummeling the Irishman with strikes more potent than premium Irish whiskey.
Dorsal fin do. Morrison misses with his first left hand that did manage to clear the mosquitoes out of here. Robinson's had a tough time his last 2 fights. There's no nonsense.
And you'll look for an explosive left hook from him as the punctuation punch. And Caton saw a videotape as a courtesy to a friend of Tommy Morrison and liked it because of the left hook.
Good body shot.
Body as a fighter when someone with the power.
There was the left hook, and it hurt Robinson, who doubles up. Morrison wisely goes back to the body. Robinson just trying to get out of trouble. Morrison very heavy-handed.
Looks a little bit like Jerry Cooney, the way he throws his left hook and leans over and gets maximum power into that.
Punishing body shots. 30 seconds to get through this round. Morrison just doing a great job with the last 10 seconds left. It won't take much more. Big right hand. And Robinson is in trouble again. Robinson just trying to get out of the way. Takes an uppercut. Snorger will step in and just a huge body shot.
It's the kind of thing you wake up the next day and you might have a broken bone.
Steve Snorger wisely.
After completely consuming McNeely whole, Butterbean felt confident he could take down Iron Mike next, leading him to make this explosive declaration.
This really is his edge here.
Rick Ennis has got a good right hand, which I think would be a good hook. He's hurt already by the hook as well as left hook.
Well, I didn't even have a chance to say it when we spoke with Rick Ennis this morning. He said, I got to stay away from that left hook.
And it's very difficult to fight Tommy Morrison when you're right there at his range.
Very heavy-handed puncher, needless to say. 13 knockouts in 15 fights will attest to that, but he's another one of those guys whose punches even sound different.
And he and Randy, the Duke Morrison, maybe somewhere along the line as pros, they'll get together. You can't stand in and let Morrison wing those left hooks.
Ennis does have his legs back under him now, but he was really rocked with left hook. There's an uppercut, and that's probably going to be it.
Meanwhile, at the division's peak sat Tommy Morrison. During his clash with Mike Robinson, Morrison moved forward with complete confidence, unleashing devastating power combinations. Morrison's bodywork was absolutely elite level. When he targeted the head, Mike Robinson got rocked hard. Robinson was already becoming a human heavy bag before round 1 even finished.
And he actually steps back a bit to do that. Up to the 10-rounders, he might have to give paydays. He lands a thunderous right-hand shot clean to the head of Graham. Graham's shown a pretty good ability to take these punches, but he doesn't like them. Graham seems to be losing just a tiny bit and comes forward with a 3-punch jab. He can do a lot. And Butterbean counters over the top. Butterbean's. Butterbean now opening up just a little bit.
Tommy Morrison versus Rick Anese showcased the Duke operating at his absolute pinnacle when he stepped in against Rick Anese, demonstrating power that ranked among the sport's elite. Morrison unveiled that legendary $1 million weapon, his devastating left hook, during this battle.
And he gives the excitement. He's landing that hard right hand. I love the knockdown. And he winks at George while you're talking to him, and then the body punch. And Jay Nady has seen enough. Punch.
That $1 million left hook became the final blow that ended everything.
4 rounds of super heavyweight action.
Problem winning over the crowd. There's the jab.
And a little shot.
Ring doesn't give you too much. The people that have
up against the ropes. He's in full gear. Oh yeah. Chavez fight, he was on the
now, as I used to say it, but I didn't really want to have it happen. It's the campaigning and literally campaigning. Here, there's some variation, and he knows Tim Hague in terms of being opponents. He knows he said he didn't fight him at a time. His version of the Ali Shuffle, something approaching it.
Somebody's going to be throwing. Anyway, it was one way or the other.
So he doesn't have to be scared. He's back to being the old.
And on his last fight, he jabbed and hooked off the jab. There goes the hand in the air, and once again, Butterbean must think he's had enough.
Like Butterbean, though, I seldom add dance.
Here we go, right up.
I guess they are, because he's going after Tim.
Look out! The scheduled 4-rounder, and right up to once again the Fiend. Oh, he's hurting now, right to left. Tim Hague goes down on the 2nd round knockout by the Fiend.
Champion, Butterbean.
Yet, Eric Ash Butterbean earned his reputation as the 4-round emperor, since very few challengers managed to survive beyond round 4 when facing him. Taking on the giant Peter Graham, Ash was connecting with his opponent's face as easily as eating his favorite meal, throwing crushing jabs that stunned his victim without even generating full hip rotation.
We'll try to want to take the time out. There it is. Come on, punch. That's it. That's what I'm talking about. Whoa. And Fred Yusi as Ali is right uppercut. Real short. But what I was saying was when he gets inside. Schedule 6. Fred, have you got hit with that right uppercut? Yep. Good right uppercut. Oh, that is. He's hurt. Audience here letting it go. I think he's going to stop it now.
When round 2 arrived, it became feeding time, and Ash was hunting for the knockout finish.
Morrison, Ruddock has done a nice defensive job. Good combinations by Morrison. As Ruddock using the jab sparingly. Razor Ruddock is not a guy that throws a lot of punches. There's the uppercut landing, but this time Morrison absorbs the punch. But he still paid for it. Oh, he hurt Ruddock with the right uppercut. Razor Ruddock got rocked by the same punch to knock Morrison down. By Tommy Morrison, the hand speed. Oh, big hook by Ruddock, and he lands an uppercut. Now remember, neither one is confident that they would get the decision or that the fight will go all the way. But Ruddock landing some big shots here in this round. Morrison has forgotten what works for him, and that is go to the body and then throw combinations. He's on it. There's a hook by Ruddock, and it may have hurt Morrison. Both men have been guilty of that. How about Ruddock getting up? What does Morrison have left? That's a lot of time for Ruddock to kill here. He needs to buy about 10 more seconds, and it's a long one. He will not do it. Oh my, it's over.
During the third round, moving with lightweight agility, one explosive body shot launched Graham completely out of the ring.
These two are going to heat it up quickly, fella.
Keep your hands up. Have a good fight.
He says he will go at him, but this time a lot more cautiously. And in that setup piece, he says in no way does he fear Butterbean.
The reason why they landed in a draw.
Target as being connected.
But what I see now is that
like football and being way off balance and wide open. So there's no secret that the big fella. Strange action in this ring. You know, Butterbean has had, of course, it was a draw, and that everyone can
confusing inside that ring.
Definitely caught. Moved Eaton back about 4 feet that he said he was going to be. That's for sure. Start of round 2. Cowboy
37 punches and
here he comes around again. Slide to his left. Slide to his left.
Bean's having.
Well, Bean caught him with a left hook and. Well, Bean caught him with a left hook and dropped him. In my opinion, Eaton was out punching him. Again, you can just see Eaton just. Bean caught him. Kick without the horseshoe. Now here's a round at boy Bill Eaton. Both men got started in boxing by way of.
Again, outlanded Butterbean 33 punches to Butterbean's.
Off balance he is, Oscar. Eaton should continue moving around using the ring of Butterbean as he thought he did in the first one. Tribute to the commissioner. He's been in with a new nutritionist, and Eaton dropped again. Bean caught him. He got nailed with 2 good punches and walked into a left in the chin there. Square on the chin. All but over. Bean. Target practice. It's over now. It's all over. Improve his record to 38-1-1. And for the official particulars, let's all hang out. That's why people like to watch him. Power indeed, and a certain people in the stands cheering him on. His son Caleb and his wife Libby. Seeing Butterbean improve his record to 38-1-1. And for the official particulars, let's check in with the ring and Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Matt Mulaney called the halt to the bout. The official time, 2 minutes, 38 seconds of round number 3. The winner by knockout victory, he is still the king of the 4-rounders.
Butterbean against Tim Hague presented a masterclass in immediate destruction. During this encounter, Butterbean skipped any feeling out process with his challenger. From the opening seconds, he surged forward with pure aggression, and within the first round, he connected with a crushing blow that dropped Hague to the mat. This ranked among his quickest and most spectacular finishing sequences.
Right here, I'm not gonna call it low. Right here is gonna be all right.
His opponent refused to quit and courageously absorbed the punishment for 3 complete rounds. However, eventually he remained in the danger zone for 1 moment too long.
Morrison is a pretty big hitter. Big test. From Morrison. His game plan includes use his speed and not stand there in front of him.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, with 32 KOs against only 1 defeat in heavyweight history, ladies and gentlemen, from Houston, Texas,
his own sitcom on ABC in the United States. That's how popular he is. Oh, left hook, Foreman. Morrison sagging against the ropes. There's the counter. Morrison's boxed pretty well.
Butterbean versus Billy Eaton in their rematch proved even more decisive than their initial encounter, which had ended in a knockout. But during the second battle, Butterbean showed even greater focus. He offered Eaton 0 opportunities, crushing him with multiple heavy combinations during the opening rounds. This bout perfectly illustrated exactly how lethal Butterbean could be when operating at full capacity.
Of his 8 bouts have landed in the first, and he comes out and lands the first combination of the fight. Hagen shaken up by a left hook by Bean. Butterbean calls himself the heavyweight champion of the 4-rounders and wants to fight Mike Tyson, of all people, in a 4-round fight.
Tommy Morrison against George Foreman represents when Tommy captured his inaugural world championship, claiming the WBO crown from the legendary former world champion George Foreman.
Quite a bit, and Bean trying to just lean on him now as Hagen lands a series of rights to a fighter by the name of Mitchell Rose in New York last December, about a year ago.
Morrison delivered the most strategic performance of his entire career, working behind his jab and timing perfect right hands, ultimately claiming the WBO Heavyweight Championship.
He's not fought since July. He had a torn tricep. He fought William Harris in Beverly Hills, California, and won by a 4-round knockout. But in that fight, hurt his arm, had to undergo surgery, several months off. Hagen trying to utilize the ring. He seems to be effective. Butterbean lands a punch. Good right hand by Hagen in close. Drives Butterbean back a little, but then Bean coming over the top. The referee is Jane 80.
Butterbean versus Shawn Hagen took place on December 6, 1996, when Esch prepared to demolish Shawn, the killer gorilla, Hagen during a boxing showdown in Nevada. The smaller yet more muscular fighter, Shawn Hagen, was throwing wild combinations. His strategy involved moving like a butterfly while stinging like a heavyweight.
Good right hand by Butterbean. Seeing a greater disparity in the look of two fighters' bodies, and Bean is opening up.
Butterbean was now fully turned on.
Both fighters accepted this challenge, pushing forward and attempting to impose their will. Even while carrying the massive pressure from the 400-pound monster, Hagen kept throwing shots as if they were actually affecting the heavyweight giant.
Hagen, although he's had 8 fights, he just turned pro this year. This is his 9th professional bout this year. He eats a left hook there and is definitely in some trouble. This round obviously.
However, Butterbean remained completely calm and focused. Just one clean connection was all he required to change everything.
Overland Park, Kansas, and he may want to take the first plane back to Kansas tonight.
One massive right hand sent his opponent flying and nearly crashing to the canvas.
Here comes Butterbean in. Good right hand, left hand, down goes Hagen, hits his head hard. Fight is over.
The answer never came back. Each time Butterbean connected, it appeared like a freight train had collided with his target. The punishment continued relentlessly. A devastating left-right combination forced him to drop to one knee. This concludes our complete breakdown. Hopefully you discovered this comparison both engaging and educational. If you enjoyed the content, show your support with likes and shares, and thank you for tuning in. We'll see everyone very soon.